So what are the things we need to really think about when we're thinking about moving our feedback that moves the learning forward? Well, we need to first of all consider what feedback is all about. Feedback needs to be timely. It needs to be in the moment. It needs to be current, and it needs to be ongoing. I know I was in high school a very long time ago, but I remember how it felt when I had done a task and there's a period of time before that feedback comes from that task. And by the time I got the feedback on this assignment, we'd actually moved on in the classroom. That is not feedback that helps me my learning move forward. That's feedback that told me how I did on this thing long ago. It doesn't mean now. So feedback really needs to be timely and current, and it needs to be ongoing. In our synchronous and asynchronous learning environment that we have in this continuous learning, we can do that. We can provide feedback in a variety of different ways. We can make sure that we have check-ins with students. It can be small group, it can be large group. We can make sure that the learning is chunked, so there's some learning, and then we're getting feedback to see what they know and what they don't know. Feedback also needs to be goal-oriented. I need to continuously, as a teacher, explain where to go next. Where do you need to head to? What is it that you need to work on to get closer to that learning target? It also needs to focus very specifically on the task with descriptive words that connect back to that learning target. Good job tells a student absolutely nothing. What we need to tell them is you use descriptive words in this sentence that explain to me how you're feeling about this content, which is going back to that learning target. We also need to honor the work of the student. So students that are struggling, sometimes they can feel like there are so many different things they need to work on that can't pick and choose. So helping them to focus in on what are the most important things, helping them prioritize and honor all the work they've done to get to this place. It also, and one of the things you're going to hear from Hattie in his interview, is the importance of creating a place and space to discuss errors and misconceptions. When I think about classrooms that I've been a part of, rarely do I hear teachers spending time talking about what students don't understand. We may ask for questions and then we move on. It really doesn't give space for students to explain, here's what I thought you were saying, but that's not making sense to me. So how do we create a classroom culture that allows that kind of space for students to actually discuss what they understand, what they don't understand, and to really focus in on those errors? What is what is happening that is incorrect, and what are we missing to move that incorrect answer to be a correct answer? You're going to have an opportunity now to listen to Dr. John Hattie. This is the clip that you're going to hear is from a interview done with Dr. John Hattie and Mindy Carney and Gina Rogers, two of our digital learning team members. They interviewed him for the EdTech Takeout. Now, the whole interview is wonderful, and I would highly recommend listening to the entire interview. But the part that's really pertinent to feedback is from about 9 minutes and 36 seconds to almost 18 minutes. And it's in that section, he really talks about the different types of feedback and what he sees as the most important part. And that's that room for misconception. So listen in on that. I think it will answer any questions that you have. And what exactly was she talking about with this room for this misconception and errors as part of learning? After you're finished listening to this interview, I would ask you to think about these reflection questions. Give yourself some time to really consider your own feedback practices and what could this new learning, how could this impact the way you've been using feedback in your own classroom? Good luck, and I'll see you again after this assignment.